Hello guys, this is the first time I record a World of Warcraft video, and I want to do it on the Monk because I followed a lot of guides and there's something they never talk about, and that's mana efficiency. And it's really hard to heal as a monk if you don't know how to preserve your mana. So I'll tell you how I do it, and you maybe have an even better idea because I'm kind of struggling with it myself. I saw a video from Preach, and it's really a good video. But if I do what he says, I have no mana and I cannot do anything. So I'd like to show you how I do it. The most important skill I use is Soothing Mist. And you're probably used to this. If you're starting a new monk, you probably know this skill. It's just a channeled heal. It's quite inexpensive and it's cheap. But it doesn't heal more than the guy you have targeted. Unless you put up the Jade statue, which is a skill you get a little later. Then the Jade statue will also heal the next person who needs it the most. But only for 50%, or is it 25%? Okay, remember 25%. You have something called Renewing Mist. This is kind of like your AoE heal. It will, once it starts ticking on one person, it goes over to the next person who needs it, and it does that 4 times. Or is it 3? It does it 2 times. Okay, so you can do that to 2 people and yourself, and then you have to cast it on the rest of your body as well. So you have to do that 2 times if you're an heroic, and then you at least have a small heal over time ticking on everybody. It's not really expensive, but compared to the Soothing Mist, it is very expensive in some ways because the overhealing can be quite strong, and all the time you're healing someone who probably doesn't need it. But that's what I hear in most other videos, is that you're supposed to keep Renewing Mist up at all times. And you can do that, but it will be extremely expensive for you to do that. And there's quite a lot of overhealing involved in it. But the thing is, when you have Renewing Mist on everybody, you can use something called Uplift. And it's a big heal that costs 2 G, and it heals everybody with Renewing Mist on. While that is really useful, it's also kind of expensive, because you need 2 G to do it. So that means, well, either you put Renewing Mist on all of your body, wait for the cooldown to come off, put it on the rest of the body, use Thunder Focus T, and Uplift. Let's just do it here. Uplift, and that refreshes the duration of the Renewing Mist, so the whole party is going on a fresh charge of Renewing Mist. That is kind of expensive, and I wouldn't advise you doing it. Rather, I would use Renewing Mist when you're kind of running around and you can't stand still. Because you need to stand still in order to be channeling the Soothing Mist. So I'd rather use Renewing Mist when you're on the run, or if you know there's going to be a big burst of damage. Don't keep it up at all times, because it's just insane. You also have the Spinning Crane Kick, which is in many ways just as expensive as Renewing Mist, a little bit more expensive. But it's also a great way to just pick people up with your eminence, especially if you have the Drake. Just remember to always keep this down. It helps quite a lot. You have these small bubbles. You can put on the floor. It helps quite a bit. That is really inexpensive. If you look at it, it's only 6,000 mana, and it heals for an insane amount. So you should probably always stack these on the floor if you know there's a big fight coming along. It's a great way to heal up your body. And something that people also seem to forget. But the most important thing is just keep remembering to build your chi, because you will need to drink mana tea in order to be effective. Just by using Soothing Mist, you will build up quite a lot of chi, and as soon as it hits 3 chi, use your Enveloping Mist, which is your kind of big heal over time, but it's free. It doesn't cost anything other than 3 chi. So as soon as you can do that, use it. It doesn't matter if you use it on someone who doesn't need it, just remember to use it. Because you don't want to waste your chi and be stacked at 5 and just waste your chi. Just use it straight away. Gives you 1 mana tea. If you have a lot of crit rate, if you get lucky, you produce 2 of these mana tea. And these will be extremely important for you. Okay, I want to show you this in a real heroic. And I will tell you what I do. Let's just find something here. Heroic group. Queues are usually really fast. There we go. Just remember our buff here. And they already started. 3G, heal over time, the enveloping mist here. That's important.
Class is now in session.
I use Chi Torpedo, which is the roll that gets replaced with a... it can be dangerous because you pull all kinds of mob that you probably shouldn't pull. But whenever you torpedo over someone, you heal them. Let's just turn down the sound effects. There we go. Because my Jade statue is down, it also heals the other person who just fell down a bit there. I was stacked on enveloping mist, or Chi. Was bad, need to use it straight away. Already 3 again, enveloping mist. I'm at 85%, but I'm also at 3 stacks of mana tea, which means I broke even, kind of. So that is important. I could use my renewing mist here, but as you might notice, we don't really take damage, so it's just everything is overhealing at this point with this one. So it's not really useful. I chose Chi Burst. I know I might get a lot of hate for saying renewing mist is shit, but I think it's entirely shit, to be honest. It can be really useful. I don't enjoy using it because I find it too expensive. 5 stacks, just get rid of this enveloping mist on the Chi, so I can get some more stacks. Let's follow this guy. 3 stacks again. Put down our Jade statue. It's really important to all this up. I started taking a lot of damage. Chi Torpedo. To get rid of it, use my Chi Burst. And for the oh shit situations, you want to use your life shell. Don't know what the tank is doing, to be honest, but it shouldn't be too bad. Everybody's taking damage now. Now would be the time you use the enveloping mist. There's a good use for it now, and you don't waste any on the overhealing. Searching mist is your oh shit button. I have that on... where do I have it? On number 3. It's really expensive. It grants you 1 chi though, which means more mana tea, so use it. In these big group fights where everybody takes a lot of damage, it is a great idea to Chi Torpedo, Chi Burst, if you know where everybody is and you can hit them. Just like there, it's free healing. It doesn't cost you anything, and if you have mana issues, it can help you out quite a bit. Now I know everybody will be taking a bit of damage. This is where I use renewing mist. Just so I don't have to focus too much on everybody. But it was really fast. I'm at 10 stacks now. That means I will get back 40% of my mana. I'm on 12 now, even. That's even better. Let's go here. I didn't glyph this. If I glyph it, I could do this without standing still. But in my opinion, it's really fast. You can do it in combat, it doesn't really matter. I'm at 90% of my mana now. And while I didn't really have to be too cautious about my mana, I just got rid of my tea as fast as I can. And that is what I find extremely important. If you have a really serious oh shit moment, use the revival, which we might do in just a bit. There's damage all over the place. They're pulling them back. Why are they pulling them back here? I don't know. So far this is going really smooth. Let's just use our Chi Torpedo. It does a bit of damage. It's kind of fun to use it. Don't want to waste it on nothing. Just keep it on cooldown, unless you know there's a big thing coming. Which is something I completely forget to do. I can show you the spinning crane kick, and you can kind of see the amount of healing it does. It's not sensational, but it's kind of okay. Might need to use it just a bit. If you're wondering about the UI, there's something called real UI, which I find really enjoyable. And everything looks kind of nice, and it's just the way I want it. And there we go again. Enveloping mist as soon as we can. The sky is falling a bit low. 3 stacks again of G. Enveloping mist. 80% mana. 5 stacks of mana. I could use again renewing mist. And I do it, but I just, well, I don't know if it's placebo because it doesn't really do anything. Look at this guy, he wouldn't be picked up by that anyway. There we go. Some more shit damage there. Let's wait. Just keep him up. Enveloping mist on him. Let's play some bubbles this time. As you can see, they're inexpensive, they don't cost much. It's a great way to do it. You just kind of rely on them stepping over them. And the bad thing about them is they might only take a small amount of damage, but they still walk over them and get healed for 50k. Which is completely unnecessary, but it's just the way they work. And it will sometimes save you. So let's just place them here. If this was a really bad fight, I will remember to do this all the time, or if I know we would stand still for a period of time, I'll always use it. But it's not necessary to do. Soothing mist and enveloping mist are really strong. As long as the tank can hold his aggro and not too much shit is going down. It's quite relaxed. Something I didn't talk about is expel harm. You want to do that at all times when it's off cooldown. You might even want to do some recourse, configure recourse to show you the when it's off cooldown. It's a free T. It costs a bit of mana, but it's not much. Here we go, renewing mist again. I can't remember this fight, so might as well do it. But expel harm gives you okay. Use the enveloping mist. Expel harm gives you 1 T. Gives you a bit of healing for yourself. Which is generally a great thing to have on cooldown. Also, if there's no enemies around you, just use it. It's 1 free T. As you see, we will need it. Let's drink some mana tea. Anticipate a big fight here, so let's start putting the heal over time on this guy. Let's put it on this guy. Go back to healing this guy. Let's put another enveloping mist on it. Tea tomato. Enveloping mist. This is quite relaxed, to be honest. Tea burst, free, big heal. Enveloping mist. I hope I'm doing a good job showing you how it works. If not, please tell me in the comments how I could improve it. But this is just how I heal, and I find it really enjoyable, to be honest. You just gotta remember to get rid of the tea at all costs, really fast, and you won't have any problems. It's another thing in raids, because you always want to do really good, and you want to do as well as the others, but our capability for AoE healing is quite small, unless we keep renewing mist up just so we can use uplift. And uplift requires 2 chi, so you have to do something in between, so in my opinion it's really a bad way of AoE healing, because it will take you time to build the chi needed for uplift. And while you do that, the renewing mist is already ticking and coming off cooldown. Not coming off cooldown, it's the buff is disappearing. So by the time you have the T, you might only have been able to use uplift like 2 times. So in my opinion, that's really a bothersome way to do it. Maybe I'm just missing something, maybe you can tell me not a greater way to do it, but this is how I heal. For the talent, let's leave the party, let's say goodbye to them. Here you can just see this, and there's not much, you can pretty much go nuts here. I think Ascension though was pretty important, and Chi Torpedo for me was really important. It's a great way to heal yourself. Let's leave the instance group. I don't want to say this is too gear dependent. You might have an easier time if you have a lot of spirit, but I don't think spirit will ever be your issue if you do like I did. It's quite relaxed, kinda. But if you want to stack on the renewing mist at all times, you will have many issues. Surely. Unless you have really good gear. You guys take care. I hope this was educational in some form.